Hi, welcome to yoga. I'm Allison. Let's begin our practice by scooting to the edge of the seat. So, yoga is a lot about moving your body and moving your breath and bringing your movement and your breath together. So let's start by focusing on our breath. Let's sit nice and tall. Spine is long. Feet are flat on the ground. We're preparing ourselves to focus on the breath. Hands can be right on the lap. And let's begin taking a nice deep inhale and letting that inhale go with an exhale. So as we inhale, air is coming into our body, and the exhale is letting the air out of the body. 2 more times. Inhaling and exhaling. Last time. Great. Okay, let's start stretching. Stretching arms all the way out, like bird wings. Stretching from one side of the room to the other, even through your fingertips. And now let's take the fingers up towards the ceiling. Such a good exercise if you're typing or working at the computer. Sitting up nice and tall and stretching through the arms. Great, stretch through the fingers. Now you can turn your wrists around in circles. I'm turning them forward and backwards. And we can bring our hands right to the shoulders, right to the top of the shoulders. We can begin to stretch through the front of the chest and the back of the chest by making circles with our elbows. So it's like I'm drawing some circles in the air with my elbows as I bring my elbows forward, down, and back. So your circles may be bigger or smaller than mine. You could try bringing your elbows all the way to the front and the back of your body. To the front, I can really feel the back of my shoulder blades stretch. And as I bring my elbows back, I can feel right here through the front of my chest stretch. Let's try that one more time. As you bring your elbows forward, you might bring your chin towards your chest and round in. And then as you bring your arms back, you bring your chin up. Great. Shake your shoulders out a little bit. Maybe you could try moving your arms like you're fluffing up feathers. Whew. And letting your arms drop, hands back to the legs. We could work into the neck and the shoulders, 2 places where if you're feeling tense or stress, they can become very tight. So first we could give ourselves a little massage. I'm taking my hand and just gently rubbing along my shoulder. And I'm going to take my hand to the other side. Ooh. You can feel what the muscles feel like there. How do your shoulders feel today? And then I'm going to take one hand, peace fingers, raising my arm all the way up. And that arm that's up, I'm going to take that same ear and bring it over to the shoulder. Peace fingers reach around my ear and stretch away. This hand, I'm going to press down on my side. I'm flexing my wrist and pressing down. Inhaling and exhaling for 3. Gonna look up. Inhaling and exhaling. And gently looking down. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gonna release my hand and let my head come back up straight. This side feels longer. How about you? I'm gonna switch sides. So now this hand gets the peace fingers. Arm comes all the way up, stretching through my armpit. Ear comes over towards the shoulder. Hand comes over, and I stretch away. This hand presses down. Inhaling and exhaling for 3. So I can inhale and exhale, looking up. And inhale and exhale, looking down. I'm going to take my hand and then let my head and neck come up. I'm going to start some shoulder circles here. Shoulders up towards the ears, back and down. Gentle shoulder circles. Up towards the ears, back and down. I'm going to go forward, shoulders up, forward and down. And I'm breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Great. Here we are for seated twist. Make sure your feet are, we're going to come to the side of the chair. Sitting up nice and tall, feet are planted on the ground. And I'm going to turn towards the back of my chair and hold on to the back of the chair. So as I'm here, I'll inhale and exhale. So this twist, my feet are still in the same direction, my knees are still in the same direction, but my torso is twisting towards the back of the room. One more inhale. And exhale. And then slowly untwist. We'll go to the other side. Planting my feet on the ground. Sitting up nice and tall. Taking my 2 hands and twisting all the way through my shoulders. And as I inhale, I'm going to sit up a little bit taller. And as I exhale, I'm twisting. Inhaling tall. As I inhale, maybe pulling through that lower belly. And exhale, twisting. Last inhale and exhale. And slowly come undone. Back to the center. We're going to stand up for triangle pose. So come to stand and come to the side of your chair. We're going to spread our feet apart, a little wider than hips distance, kind of like a V. And the foot that's closest to the chair, I'm going to turn my toes to point to the chair. Taking my arms out in that kind of wing pose. I'm going to stretch out to either side, and then I'm going to bend at the waist. So my hand can come down to the chair, seat, or the back of the chair. Top arm is going to come right up towards the ceiling. And I'm going to look up towards my thumb. 3 breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Stretching up and still really pressing down into the ground through the feet, the big toes. Last inhale and exhale here. And then coming all the way back up. 2 feet face the front. And let's come to a jumping jack together. Nice. Okay, we gotta do the other side. Come to the other side of the chair. Feet more than hips distance apart. Toes close to the chair. Get turned to face the chair. Arms come out like a T. And then bending right at the waist, come to put the hand down on the seat or on the back of the chair, stretching all the way up. And if it feels too far, you can move that back, the outside foot out a little more. Reach up tall. Press down through your feet. Inhaling and exhaling. One more inhale and exhale. And come all the way back up. Feet face forward, jump together. Back together, forward fold. So I'm going to take my feet hips distance apart. So if I could draw a line from my big toe, it would come all the way up right to my hip points. I'm going to inhale my two arms up, stretch up, pressing my feet into the ground. And as I exhale, I'm folding forward. So you can take a bend in your knees here. Let your knees gently bend. You can let your hands come to rest on your legs, and then eventually letting your head and neck release into the forward fold. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths, letting your head release, meaning that you let your neck be very soft. You can gently shake your head yes and no. A few more breaths here, letting the spine be long, letting gravity stretch you. Your head is not usually in this direction, so we're going to come back up very slowly, rolling up gently, as if we could let each bone of our spine stack on top of each other until finally the head comes all the way up and arms come back up, stretching up. And then hands can come together, palms together, hands coming through center. And then back to either side. Mountain pose. This is my favorite pose in all of yoga. You get to imagine yourself like a mountain, like a piece of the earth that is very strong, that can withstand all weather. See if you can feel your toes on the ground and your heels on the ground, creating the base for your mountain. Look out from your eyes into the horizon, looking out gently towards wherever you are. And see if you can feel a sense of sturdiness in yourself, like a mountain. Awkward chair pose. This is such a great pose to do next to this chair, because what I'm going to do is pretend that the chair is behind me and that I'm going to sit down on it, but it's not there. So just like mountain pose, begin by feeling your feet on the ground, and then from there, elongating the spine. We'll take the hands to the hips and then bend the knees. Here's where I'm going to go to sit back in the chair that's not there. Raise 2 arms up by the ears, and you can look up, stretching away from your hips. So this is a muscle building pose, and you really might feel it in your legs. You might feel that it's hard to do right here in your thighs, or maybe someplace else, maybe back here, you feel your muscles working. We'll just stay a little bit longer, inhaling and exhaling. You can do it a little bit longer. One more inhale and exhale, and then we'll come up by pressing into our feet. Legs become straight, stretching up, and then hands coming through center. We're coming to the end of our yoga class. A really great way to change the way the body is normally working is to bring the feet above the head. So we're going to do this by coming down to the ground, and we'll use the chair as a way to bring the feet up. So I'm going to come lay down on the ground and then take one leg and the other leg and bring it up on the chair. My arms can rest on either side of my body, or I can take my hands to my belly, and we can stay here and breathe. And while you're here, you might thank yourself for the hard work you've done today. You could thank your body for helping support you through that work and today. And all the people who have made today what it is, all the connections that we have. Even if many of them are over the internet, there's lots to be grateful for. And then to come out of this pose, we'll take one knee into the torso and the other knee into the torso. Roll onto one side. Take a moment here. And then we can support ourselves by pressing up. We can end our class as we began in the chair, sitting up nice and tall. Hands can come together, or you can leave them right there on your knees. And we'll end our practice by sending our hard work and good wishes out into the world, as well as in towards ourselves. So we'll bow to our hearts, center of our wisdom. And then inhale, join along if you'd like. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. So namaste means the light in me sees the light in you. And it's traditionally a greeting, but it's really a lovely way to end a class too. So namaste. Thank you. See you again soon.